Okay. All right. So for this meeting, I just wanted to actually talk about the how we're gonna handle this project, and also try to work on two things, which is the project charter and the work breakdown structure. And it is basically the thing I wanted to bring up in this meeting. And anything else you think we should be talking about?
I mean, I'm kind of a newbie to the project management sphere, so I'm trying to learn from you.
Cool. So I also gave you access to this graph. This is a book I'm writing right now. Let me send you the link to this. Here. So I think we could start with the project management is essentially just organizing the work that needs to be done to complete a project. And for us, so I think we have multiple projects. So what I'm familiar with, what I could envision as a project, a clear project, is first the deliverables. So that's what I worked on in this graph actually in the past days. So what do we need to complete in order to win gold or those special prizes? So that's one thing. The other one is the fundraising and science communication. So the way I understand it, when we talk with Isaac the first time about this project, this is both the actual innovation of creating a solution for like low cost genetic engineering, and also like spreading that idea. It's like making people know what that solution exists. So the third one is the wetware, the hardware, and the software. So I don't know, what do you think? Should like my feeling is like wetware and hardware are sort of pretty close in terms of like the actual execution or actual project.
I don't understand what hardware. So is that about? Yeah. Is that like getting centrifuges for the lab? I don't understand what hardware is.
My understanding of hardware is the automation of the lab work. Like Isaac is using Opentrons. So that's my, I don't know, but
drones?
Opentrons.
What is that?
There's a brand. It's a low cost brand of I don't know what to call this. It automates the pipetting.
Okay. I think we should separate them. I don't think there's going to be a lot of hardware stuff. So maybe it's small enough so that we can incorporate it into the wetware. But if you saw the call for yesterday, which was all about wetware, there's a lot to do, which is just like the informatics and researching and constructing the vectors, constructing the inserts. And that's going to take the most work, I think.
Yep.
Well, the most in terms of what we're going to offer for the competition. So that's the main thing for the competition.
Yep,
and
definitely.
So we should separate them.
Yep.
I was actually thinking I'd go through that Zoom meeting that we had yesterday and just type out the stuff that we took from it, because the video wasn't working after 40 minutes. But I think I had all the tabs open, so I kind of can just copy paste and then put them in a list and then just add them to this or add them to the Discord chat.
Cool. So maybe this is what we start with. Yeah. So for instance, Isaac will, I suppose, focus on the wetware, the innovation, and then those who are focusing or volunteer for the wiki, that's part of like ensuring that what gets created from the wetware project is presented through the wiki and the other requirements. So I guess that's this is the a beginning. So
Right.
so
So
now
should we put wiki under its own, or is that part of wetware?
this will be under the deliverables. The wiki is under deliverables, so I would imagine, because if you here is actually these are the actual deliverables. So you have the safety forms, the video description. So this is a part of the wiki: the description, abstract, title selection, track selection, and then you have here other things here. Like these are all part of the wiki, but also you have things
Oh
like
wow. Okay.
the video. So that is something outside of the wiki, although you will embed it there, I imagine. But these are all like, what do you need to win a gold medal? So this is basically it. Or is that? So you have the silver here. So you have to do all these things, and you have the bronze here. So it's
That's awesome. That's an awesome list.
And according to Yanke, it's not too difficult. She says you just need to fulfill all these things. But some people in the team have to do this. So
Right.
so we could focus on that. I could have focus on that.
Is there anything left that has deadlines, like closed deadlines?
There's this is the nice thing about Rome. So I have a tag about
I can search the date.
due dates here.
Nice.
So you have here. Okay, so the due date. So there was a due date for the safety forms, which is March 25. I think we met that. Then you have July 16 here. I think it's the closest, July 16, which is the promotion video. The rest are still in October, and it's not yet defined at which what exactly in October. So I think that's
So the promotion video is going to be a big one then.
Yep, definitely. So there's a big the big one for the one project. So at least for the winning of the goal. So the creation of the or the wetware. So that's a different challenge. No? So my proposal is we create or we manage this in different projects so that different people focus on different aspects of this entire big project of competition, and then
and I think the Google Sheets that you had a good the way you made it was good, so everyone lists what they're interested in, what they're going to contribute to, so you can like take that information and put it down here maybe.
Yep. So I think Isaac would just take care of wetware. I think the kind of project would requires a lot of coordination is really the deliverables and the fundraising and science communication. The other is will handle software. So it's a different way of managing the project. So the first thing, for instance, let's make this let's make a page. Like for instance, the first thing here is that we need to create a project charter so that we sort of agree of what is this thing where we are doing. So and it's just a matter of agreeing. It's like, so like, what is the output and in general, what is the work required for the output, and then like due date. So I think so just like what and how we're gonna do this. So also the why and the how. So for the what, so let me look at my my notes here. Actually, I wrote this book so that I also have a playbook um, of what I need to do to actually do a project.
Oh, you're cutting out. You cut out for a second.
Yep. The internet connection here isn't.
Talking about a book.
Yep. So
Yeah,
this
no
book,
worries.
I wrote this book so that it's a guide for me, no, as well to create a to run a project. So for this one, so we have this project name. The project scope statement is like to so this is like to fulfill all requirements for the gold medal, and there was a suggestion as well to focus on do you know what they're called, like the special prizes, like you know
What do you mean?
so iGEM has like gold, silver, and bronze. Yeah?
Okay.
But they also have like special prizes.
So best something, best
yeah, something that
best poster, best
best poster, best and then best overall as well. So
yeah.
so I mean it has to be both the what you call is the actual work. That's one, and then the presenting that work. So this project is the presentation of the work. The actual work is the wetware, the hardware, and the software. So we have to present that in the best way possible, checking all the tick boxes so that we could win the best prizes possible. So that's basically it, on time. So that's I think that's really it. So so why is like this would allow us to winning is aligned to our overall goal of spreading the news. Just rewrite this later.
Of democratizing biotech. Or overall goal of democratizing biotech.
More people will know about it.
Yeah.
The how, so the how here, so in general, so what work needs to be done. So the high level WBS here. So the WBS is just a list of the things that needs to be completed for the project. So we could work on that so that like everything's there. So high level is really like the all the deliverables, which is all these things actually. Yeah, this is basically it. What's a quick way of doing this? Let me.
Definitely a lot to keep track of. Yep. Are we sure about what everyone is working on?
We don't know yet. So this is the part of so how part of it. So the roles. So now that we have the what you call this, after we create the list of things we need to work on, so we could now think about like who will work on them. No? So this is also part of it. Me, I'm happy to. This is gonna be what I'm focusing on. So the fulfilling all these deliverables.
Mhm.
Is this something you'd like to be involved in as well, Ahmed?
Sure. I think, let's see. I definitely like to help with the video
Mhm.
as that's coming up. Title and abstract, probably Scott or Isaac can do that, because it's, I don't know, I guess because they know the most about this stuff.
Yep, definitely.
Hmm. What's the registry part pages? What is that?
So I think this also Isaac or Scott. It's like so it's like, actually I'm not it's a very, it's more technical than what I understand right now.
Hmm.
I think it's like the output of your engineering,
Mhm.
you register it in some database. That's how I understand it.
Mhm. I see. Okay. Let's see. The presentation video, project promotion video. And which one's the one that's due in July? The project promotion or the presentation video?
Let me let's check that. Let's check that. That is the project promotion video.
Mhm.
This one.
Okay. Okay, and the other one, I guess, is in September or something.
I'm sorry.
The presentation video, when is that due?
The presentation video, I believe this is part of the completion. This is
Okay. So later on.
yeah, I think October.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, there October. It's still to be decided when in October.
Okay.
So
June.
all right, and then so we also have to think about, but maybe later on, the risks. So what,
Yeah.
but in a top level, any risks that you foresee?
Mhm.
Like what could be?
Risks. I mean, I guess some of the data could be deleted or something on BenchLink. Maybe that's a risk.
Yeah, that's a huge risk, you know. But if you lose that,
Yeah.
how do you
It's
spell that?
BenchLink.
Bench.
BENCHLING.
This is a risk more for the wetware project, right? Oh, but you know,
Yeah.
we also require this for the fulfillment of the deliverables. So it's also a risk. It's
Mhm.
for the whole project. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Could you go back to the list of deliverables and like just put it on the right side? Just to,
Here we go.
all right, perfect. Do you see any risks?
Well, it's just no clear owner of deliverables. Like, you know, it's like it's you're supposed, you know, everyone knows like we're supposed to do this at this date,
Mhm.
but you know, like everyone assumes like it's someone else. So I think that's
Yeah.
a big.
Mhm.
So I mean, we could already think about the how we will address that risk, which is like
Yeah.
Each deliverable has to have an owner. So that person is responsible for, like for instance, just making sure that this is in the wiki. That's it. Or depends on
Mhm.
what the deliverable is.
Mhm. I guess also no clear knowledge of deadlines and no clear knowledge of how much we need to be doing per week.
So this one, so the deadlines, I have the deadlines here. I think I covered everything here,
Mhm.
at least for the what's in the website. But I think I should place this in a more accessible location, because like, you know, maybe a
Mhm.
spreadsheet.
Mhm.
So what needs to be done each week? This is part of the PM, or like the, you know, the schedule,
Mhm.
project schedule. So once we have the project schedule, this will be clear. Like, you know, what every week. So these are the things we need to complete in order to meet all the deadlines. But you know, like this kind of project is more of like everything is converges in on one one week. So we just need to make sure that every week there's some progress on these things. No?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's definitely, if you want to get in detail about what to do each week, there's going to be a lot of stuff for wetware, but for the other stuff, it's going to all converge in 1 week.
Yep.
For the deliverables, it's going to converge in 1 week. But the other stuff there's going to be a lot to do every week.
Yep. The other thing here, for to win gold, we have to
Mhm.
have a collaboration with another iGEM team. So
Mhm.
that would be some, you know, there's like early work that needs to be done. So as soon as
Mhm.
possible, so that, and the rest are just well, also the education and communication. So like
Mhm.
substantial education and communication, which is connected with our other project, which is to present the work to as many people as possible.
Mhm.
So that's those are the other
Yeah,
things that, yeah.
that's a good point for collaboration. Maybe we should look at the team list and see who's close to us, or I guess we're all over the world, but maybe who's close to our lab, maybe
Mhm.
in Vancouver, and get Scott input on whether collaborating with them is possible.
Also, like maybe it's also good to look at least this is what they describe in this particular deliverable, is that what do you need in your project, and what do other teams need in the project, and you know what could be our unique contribution to their needs.
Mhm.
Here, collaborate throughout the year with at least one iGEM team on a shared objectives.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like essentially benefiting from the collaboration. So you know, it's like it doesn't have to be just one team. It's like what do we need? Maybe like there's like a hardware team there, or software team, whose product we could use, and
Mhm.
like who could benefit from the output of our project. I'm thinking of like also offering this project management training for other teams. That's one form of collaboration. Like uh, who needs help, in their own project management.
Mhm. Yeah, maybe. Are you looking at any particular teams or?
I'm
anyone?
just gonna post it in the iGEM Slack. Say, hey, who's interested? Let's collaborate.
Right.
At least in the project management education, and maybe even
Mhm.
the fundraising and communications, because like I did that work for accessible genomics, so I have some notes on how to do crowdfunding. So we did that
Mm.
actually.
Okay.
Cool. Look for other teams. You want to take this on, Ahmed? Just
Look for other teams.
yeah, just let me just or see if like there's like a team there that
Okay.
sort of fits
Yeah.
our.
I'll try to first look at the Vancouver ones because that might be the most simple to collaborate with.
Mhm.
And then I'll look to everyone if we need to.
Cool. All right. I think that's and there's this table which is I think is useful for this. Just so this table is like in advance we agree on what are our constraints here and what is the priority in terms of when we need to make trade-offs for this project.
Mm.
So in our case, I think the least flexible is really the schedule, because like by October everything has to be done.
Mhm.
So I think this is the
Yeah.
least flexible. I think the most flexible is the scope, because like it's like the the democratizing
Mhm.
bio.
I would say the scope is not as like because we don't really need much cost for the stuff that we're using. I mean the because I don't think the wet lab is the main selling point for this project. But I guess we do need the fundraising. Because I'm thinking of it as for it to get gold, the scope cannot be the most flexible. So
That's right.
that's the thought.
That's right. So we have to fulfill all these things. That's correct. That's correct. So maybe it's like the scope is the. I mean, you have to fulfill everything.
No.
But
schedule
then
is least. Schedule is definitely least, I think, in my opinion. Because it comes down to how much time people are putting in. Right.
So maybe it's like this. Sorry. Scope is in the middle. Schedule and cost and something like that. No. So that's correct, because like we could still win, like if like we have to fulfill all the deliverables on the due date. That's it. But maybe of course we want gold, but
Yeah.
if not, there's still silver. So you're not the scope is sort of flexible in that way. Cool. So what else do we need to do here? That's basically it. That's like the project charter, and then we could share this with our other teammates. We have the same discussion later tonight. What was that, like around 10 hours from now?
Right.
And
is there anything? Is it worth coming again or?
Yeah, I don't know if
For
you're
me.
available by then. That would
Okay.
be
Yeah,
great.
I'll pass
Yeah,
that. Yeah, sure.
because
Okay.
yeah, there'll be more of us by then, I imagine.
Okay. Yeah, fair
Cool.
enough.
So we'll just skip the work breakdown structure for now. Maybe we could do that
Mhm.
later, actually, for this particular project.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have any questions, Ahmed, or you have anything you think we should be discussing?
Um, no, there's just there's a lot of good information in this realm that you made. So
Cool.
it's good.
So let me stop recording now, and then we'll record another summary so that it's
Okay.
like we could just
Sure.